Good morning, it's May 6, 2013. This is Richard Posson, and this is a brief update on U.S. corn yield and time cycles of U.S. corn yield. And we've even created a cycle series analysis model that's actually similar to the climate model, which is also similar to the price model for many commodities and stock market as well as economy even. This is U.S. corn yield going back to 1866, and we get this data out of USDA. And you can see that really for the 1800s, corn yield didn't do all that much, and that's kind of fascinating because, frankly, I say the U.S. economy didn't do all that much. It was up like 1,000% nominal GDP per capita, and that really the country was in the true 100-year bear market that's actually part of a cycle. Notice from the 1930s Dust Bowls, the trend then increased dramatically for the yield of corn. We really became much better at it. And the interesting thing is that coincides with our growing economy at 10,000% nominal GDP per capita as of today. So we really changed our attitude. We really changed the country around. It's as if the 1930s was the death but rebirth of the U.S. to a different U.S., and it's been a positive thing, a good thing. At any rate, for yield at least, we certainly became better farmers, better managers. Maybe the weather also helped out somewhat, but it's really technology. Okay, notice that the corn yield bottoms every 9 years or so. There's actually 3-year fluctuations, but we've noticed in fundamental information you'll have less 3-year cycles than you'll have in prices. In prices, a 3-year cycle might work 90% of the time, but in fundamental data it might work 70 or 80% of the time. Okay, so sometimes it combines 2 3-year cycles to make a 5 to 7 year cycle. And sometimes it can go a little bit beyond that for some fundamental data. But basically about every 9 years we seem to have an important decline in corn yield. Well, about every third 9-year cycle, there is a 27-year cycle. And you could say the 9-year triggers it, times it, that they're all integrated, or you could say it's just an extreme strong coincidence. But one way or the other, we get a 27-year cycle, and it can create declines in yield of 20%, maybe 35%. It can cross over to still bigger cycles and for even greater cut and yield. But you also have times that the 27-year cycle, say maybe 1 out of every 6, will actually cross over in a 9-year cycle and really won't create all that significant of a decline. Now what I'm getting at for this video is some people kind of think, well, cycles won't work forever. And the past 5-7 years, I was looking for a 27-year cycle turn in temperature precipitation that I thought would create a drought. And as time went on and I got more and more data, I realized there's such a cycle for corn production, corn yield, and we're going to have a serious problem somewhere. Originally, I said 2008 to 2014. And then we were able to narrow that down because in 2009 it was record high production. Well, look at this. In 2010, a setback in yield. Then in 2011, a slightly less setback in yield. And then 2012, it crashes basically. Look at the size of this decline compared to all these other cycles, and yet on a percentage basis, it was about the same. Lost 25% by 2012 from that 2009 high. Lost 28%. The history just goes on. This was a 27-year cycle, bottom to bottom, and it just keeps going on a clockwork. What else is out there that could be offered by cycles in terms of climate and impact on our food, impact on our economy and business? Thank you.